We're here. We're here. We're here. We're all here. We're all ready. Well, I'm not ready, but still, we are here. We're live. We're on the internet, and get ready. We are what our series finale. Woo! Wild. So, just make sure, guys, that you're checking out Monster of the Week by Evil Hat Productions. We were having a little sidebar on certain things, and Evil Hat Productions is not like a huge company, decently small. Support them, buy their stuff, even if you see it online for, pay what you can, pay what you actually can. You know, if you're making, dollar bills, then spend some dollar bills on these creatives out there. I cannot emphasize that enough. But we're going to get right into this with Golden State Monsters from the brilliant mind of Michael Panish. Check out his books also. Check out his website. It's michaelpanish.com, correct? Yeah, because
you'll find all the books there.
I've been there. So I do have his latest one that I'm a little bit into. I haven't finished it out yet, but this is from his creative mind, Golden State Monsters. So welcome to our grand finale here for the series, our fifth arc. This is our 15th episode then. So let's do it. Let's hop right into it. Give it right over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, and much appreciate the shout out to my writing work there. All right. So welcome to Golden State Monsters, the epic Western saga of frontier madness and mayhem in the bloody heart of the California Gold Rush. So we're out of the California Gold Rush now, out the bloody heart of the Hollywood dream, we'll say. This is episode 15, the series finale, the final episode of Golden State Monsters. Until maybe we'll come back and do Golden State Monsters: The Next Generation or some other cool sequel series further down the line or something. But this is the end of Golden State Monsters. Something like that. We'll think of something cool. This is the end of Golden State Monsters as we know it, an episode appropriately entitled Sunset. I'll give some big thanks and gratitude over there at the end to everybody who made this show possible. But first, let's go ahead and introduce our players and our characters. I'll do a quick recap, and then we'll get right into it. So please tell me who you are, who you're playing, and how they're feeling as we near the final battle, the Man in Black. Starting with Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm playing Lucky DeVille, the currently the monstrous, formerly the spooky. So I guess I'm a spooky monster. Regardless, how am I feeling about what's coming up? I'm hoping that my magic can suffice to get us into this dream world or wherever it is that we're supposed to be fighting the Man in Black. We'll see. Just
well
a little stressed out, I guess.
Very understandable. Also joining us, we have Nick.
Hello there. I'm Nick, and I'm playing Leon Kesberg, the professional, formerly Levi Kesberg, the monstrous. And I think he's just sort of unsure what's to come. He was told by his superiors that he's supposed to kill this thing, but maybe we don't have to. I
don't know. I think you definitely do have to kill this thing. The question is how.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of how and what the thing is this monster known as the Man in Black, a strange egregore or avatar, sort of a living mascot of like the evil of the Wild West. But he's a little more than that too. He represents the myth of the Wild West, the idea of putting all the bad parts of it away, just making it like a fun, rip-roaring adventure story that's also the basis for American exceptionalism. He's a living embodiment of Frederick Jackson Turner's frontier thesis. You guys encountered him when he was seemingly trying to sabotage the film of Golden State Monsters, a film which also seems a little odd because this is like a Hollywoodization of your own adventures where things have been kind of cleaned up and made a lot more fun, and all the bad parts sort of sanded away. But you guys were able to rescue the movie star dog that he kidnapped. And after that, you met the producer of Golden State Monsters, media tycoon William Randolph Hearst. He sent you to Mexico to recover the head of Joaquin Murrieta, the famous California outlaw. Hearst has been gathering all these artifacts from California, which seems to be giving some sort of power to the Man in Black. Like the Man in Black seems to be drawing his power from like Western, or particularly Gold Rush California, like iconography and artifacts. So you're not sure if Hearst is like in league with the Man in Black or kind of like a dupe, but you know it's probably a bad idea for him to get the head of Joaquin Murrieta, or maybe not. But after another fight with him in which he showed you some kind of gruesome parts of your own past and talked about how the myth purifies, and he kind of offered you that myth as an escape, which you did not take. You guys defeated him, got the head of Murrieta, went back to Los Angeles, and that is when Tommy O'Bannon, the detective, one of your employees, Lucky, revealed that someone is looking for you guys. It is Betty Bugelheimer, a teen genius, inventor, and descendant of the Bugelheimer family, who you guys helped before with some of their wacky inventions. They're like inventions that made weird portals into the past and let prehistoric animals into San Francisco. So the meeting's been all arranged. We're going to kind of start there. But first, I do want to ask, what did you do with the head of Joaquin Murrieta?
Aren't we supposed to bring it to William Randolph Hearst?
Yes. Did you? I mean, I'm sure Hearst has like aged since town. Did you hand it over, or are you kind of keeping it to yourself?
I was planning to hand it over personally. I'd like to have all those artifacts in one place for the ceremony that I'm trying to conduct.
Well, if that's the case, then yeah, that sounds fine.
Oh, okay. Well, let's hold off on that a little bit because I think Hearst is going to make his presence known to you very soon. Let's go ahead and get to the meeting with Betty Bugelheimer. So, she wants to talk to you guys at the Hollywood House of Reptiles, which is a based on a real life alligator farm. This was one of those many bizarre animal themed or animal including LA attractions that they had around the 1910s, going up into the 30s, even 50s in some cases. And this one's all about alligators. They're fun for the whole family. So there's like, you're kind of like a big open cement area. There's these like bridges, wrapped around enclosures and ponds and open areas where the alligators are hanging out. And for just a couple bit of money, for a few coins, you can throw a turkey to them and watch them chow down. Or you can sit on them or have a tea party with them or have your babies pose with them or pose with the baby alligator. And they will also turn the alligators into luggage and shoes for you for an additional price. So kind of messed up. Right now it's a pretty busy day. You got lots of families out in there, fancy spiffy 1910 suits enjoying the alligators. People are watching the alligators like slowly slide down like water slides into the pool. They're like throwing stuff at them to eat, or maybe some kids to annoy them, or in some cases to annoy them. And yeah, you guys have both arrived. You're kind of looking for Betty Bugelheimer. What are you guys doing?
Well, first of all, I've arrived wearing a white cowboy hat, a white fringe jacket, and a skirt that's also white with a little bit of a floral print on it. I figure if we're going to be fighting the Man in Black, I might as well be the woman in white. If we're going to be playing with cowboy metaphors, I might as well be the good guy.
Oh, very cool.
As far as this whole display of alligators, if I wanted to see a display of alligators, I would have simply stayed in the bayou and thrown a leg of lamb into the water.
All right. Kesberg, are you like kind of keeping watch on things, scoping it out, or just sort of heading straight to where Bugelheimer is supposed to meet you?
Yeah, I'd say I'd probably make sure that everything is sort of on the up and up.
Okay. It looks pretty clear. It is crowded, so it's like meeting in public, which is probably a safe thing to do. But also people could be hiding in the crowd. You're not totally sure. And you guys kind of head over to one of, the appointed meeting spot, which is like a railing overlooking like the big adult alligator pool. And Betty Bugelheimer is right there. She's like kind of a girl in her early or her later teenage years. She's wearing like, a casual dress with like a sailor collar. The same kind of like reddish hair as her ancestors, who you remember very much, Kesper. She gives big smile as you guys approach. She does have like goggles around her head and a satchel with various mechanical equipment of some sort. And she's like, Mr. Ville, Mr. Kesper, grand to see you.
Pleasure to meet you. My assistant told me about this. Why specifically are we meeting in a house of gators?
Well, it's a popular spot. It's packed with gator fans, reptile lovers of all sorts. So I figured we'd be safe from any prying ears, prying eyes, and nobody would try anything. You know what I mean?
Public spaces are usually good for clandestine meetings.
Are they?
All right, swell. So, from what I understand, you guys have had a few run-ins with the entity known as the Man in Black. Is that right?
You're well informed.
Yes, I've so to try and keep track of some of various things. I've got laboratory hidden away in Griffith Park, keeping an eye on dimensional anomalies. It's something of a family business. And when something from like the realm of dreams pops over and then starts popping in and out, well, golly, that's a problem.
Well, now, do you feel like there's a way of reversing that and going into the realm of dreams? I mean, aside from falling asleep.
She's like, that I do, but it's a little tricky. Let me explain. I do have a device that I think could open a portal from our realm into the realm of dreams. The question is where to put it. And she like takes out sort of telescoping like rods from her satchel. They look a lot like the almost like lightning rod type devices that you guys dealt with in San Francisco that were opening portals to different times in California's past, letting in all the prehistoric megafauna. She's like, now this little doohickey should leave the door wide open. You can pop into the realm of dreams and give that Man in Black what for. But the problem is we can't just set it up any old where. In the old days, if people wanted to visit Dreamland, they need the right setting, some sort of, I don't know, a temple, circle of sacred stones, some kind of, a place where like the Oracle of Delphi would hang out. And it's not so much the location, it's how people treated it. A place of stories, a place that was venerated because of those stories. Like where where you would go and hear the ancient storyteller talk about when what Apollo and Hercules and Thor and all those sorts were up to back in the day. But for America, I mean, I don't know. Where would you go? The ball game? Where do we go to see our great legends and our great stories?
Well, I mean, they're made here in Tinseltown, aren't they?
She's like, I think you may be onto something. Perhaps that's a place where you can do it.
Like
That's where, what are movies but the dreams of America?
Would you suggest that we go to a theater or that we should be going to a movie studio like a back lot?
She's like, she thinks about it. She's like, well, I would say the theater is more accurate. I mean, the back lot is like it's the workplace where they assemble the myths, but where you hear them told, the temple, that would be the moving picture palace.
Okay.
That's the Nickelodeon where the crowd comes to worship before the priest, the altar of the storyteller. So, as she is saying this, Kesberg,
Mhm.
because you're the one, I think you kind of mentioned you're sort of keeping like a weather eye about the situation. You notice that there are a number of men heading kind of towards your location that look like bodyguard types. And in fact, they are surrounding William Hurst himself. So it's him, maybe like 5 goons who are like, big gorilla types with like, heavy overcoats, uh, fedoras, that sort of thing. Men who look like Hurst relies on them for getting out of trouble. And Hurst himself is walking with them, this kind of sprightly, mustachioed, little bit of a dandy, but he's very much like spending his money to dress fashionably, but not like overwhelmingly so. He's not being gaudy about it. He does spot you and starts like kind of making a beeline. Betty Bugelheimer leans a little closer and she's like, "Oh, cripes. I should have kept. I swore some of those guys, some of Hurst's goons have been following me around. Must have tailed me here. Gee, I'm sorry, fellas."
Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell me, have you delivered any artifacts to Hurst?
We were working on it.
Okay. Might be a good idea to leave him on the hook for a while, but you know best about these sorts of things. She kind of like hangs back, but she does give, I think Lucky, she gives you the device, the dimensional, I'm trying to remember the exact term for it, the dimensional portal generator. It's like,
how big is it?
I think when you put it all together, it is like the size of a lightning rod. It's like a big kind of cane kind of thing, but it is collapsible. You can just go, a little bit like those things you stick in tents to make the tent stand up. When those are all together, it's just like a small cylinder, like size of like a small flashlight, so easy to pop into a purse or something.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Was she'll throw it into her purse?
Okay. So I think at this point, Hurst and his goons have arrived. Are you gonna stay and chat with them or make some tracks?
Mr. Hurst, how lovely to see you.
Ah, Mr. Ville, grand. And Mr. Kesberg, just the fella and the lady I was looking to meet.
Well, you found us. Although I gotta say, I do have an office. We could have easily met there as well.
Oh, yes, I should have rung you up. But I heard that Miss Bugelheimer, and she's kind of like a little bit off to the side, was looking into my business. And then I heard she's meeting you right after I hired you. And, well, curiosity has grabbed a hold of me and needed some satisfying. So here I am.
Here you are. Well, I mean, it does make it a little bit easier that now that you're here, but don't exactly carry around severed heads with us wherever we go.
Oh, I wouldn't expect you to. That's quite understandable. Simply tell me where I can find the head of Senor Murrieta, and I'll send a car around to pick it up.
Well, that's a question out of character. Like, I don't know. I think Leon had the head last. So did you keep a hold
okay,
on it?
Kesper, did you like kind of pop the head? Where'd you put that old head? Just throw it in the icebox.
Or did you give it to Lucky?
would have ended up in the car, so it would have either ended up in his sort of abode for safekeeping, or probably might have given it to Lucky. We'll say,
Or is it still in the car? It's like just in the trunk.
No, I
no,
would say
that's
Lucky would have let you
It's-
know that she could draw protective sigils around it to prevent the man in black from getting at it.
yeah. If that were the case, then I think it probably would have been easier to keep it with Lucky.
Yes, I have it. I mean, I have no reason to not give it to you other than the fact that there is a supernatural being that's also trying to track it down right now, and they might, well, interfere with your lifestyle a bit.
Ooh. When you say that, you can see you kind of hit a nerve with him. He like, flinches like you've hit some kind of truth. And then he goes and like, the fake smile instantly comes back. And he's like, now, why would you say a thing like that? A supernatural creature?
Well, you've been collecting items of the occult. I figured that you would understand that supernatural creatures are, in fact, real. I've just always thought there was a bit of a bit discretionary point with you that you haven't put in your newspapers.
He's like, well, my newspapers are all about what sells, but there are limits. You are entirely correct that supernatural creatures are real and that I'm very much aware of it, but what I should do with my collections are my business. Now, I paid you for a service, or I intend to pay you. We had sort of a handshake. I don't believe we signed any papers, but people like us, handshakes should suffice. So, please, where is the head located?
I can take you to it.
Oh, splendid.
I just
And
wanted
I'll,
to give you the warning that something is after it, and I can't protect it once it's out of my domicile.
He gives that one a little bit of think, and then he's like, you needn't worry.
All right.
I
Then.
have. Oh, no. I do not require any protection from you. So let's go straight to the head. Miss Bugleheimer, kindly stay the hell out of my business if you know what's good for you. All right. Toodaloo, let's go get that head. Come along, gentlemen. Miss DeVille, lead on.
Very well. She is going to take him back to her office, which is where she's got the head stored.
Okay, so we're kind of relocating there. I think you get in your car. He gets in his fancy limousine with his goons. Kesberg, are you following along too?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, so we are relocating to Lucky's office. Lucky, I think, are you trying to like get there ahead of him and sort of like lay some sort of a trap, or are you planning to just give the head over to this guy, who does seem like he's very much not afraid of the man in black?
And she's not really worried about giving the head to him unless she feels like there's a particular reason to betray the guy that hired her.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I think maybe I'll just sort of say it. By some of the statements he's made, you get the idea that, and from what Bugleheimer was also saying, you get the idea that he's not afraid of the man in black because he's in league with the man in black.
Okay.
Yeah, he's either a dupe, or he's like, like he's being fooled by the man in black, or he's like on his side and agrees with what the man in black represents. So before I move on, does that like change any of your
She's still
statements
going
or
to take him back
thoughts?
to the office.
What's up?
She's still going to take him back to the office.
You're still taking him back to the office. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's not where the head is, but she's going to take him back to the office.
Okay. So we're kind of switching, we're moving ahead. So, getting the scene in the office there. Um, you think Lucky gets there first and is like doing anything, or just welcomes him right in?
Um, no, she'll just welcome him into the office. Be like, please.
Ooh. Okay, is Kesper there as well? All right,
See
very
why
good.
not? Yeah.
Okay, so I think Hurst is there. He is like, I think he has some of his goons stay outside in the car, but two of his like biggest bruisers coming with you. He like goes right in, makes himself at home, sits in. Or wait, Lucky, are you already seated in your chair? Because he wants to sit in your chair.
No, he can sit in the chair if he so desires.
Oh man, hey, Hurst is like, power move. I'm taking your chair. He sits in the chair. He puts his feet up on your desk and is like, oh, what a charming little office. It's so quaint and cozy. All
Indeed,
right.
and also completely covered in protective runes if you decide to do anything.
Why would I need to do anything besides pay you for services rendered?
Oh, no, you have brought rather a lot of goons with you into this room.
Well, maybe they're more for display than anything else, especially because you're going to give me that head and I'm going to give you a lot of money.
I'm certain that you do plan to give me a lot of money, but I can't give you the head quite yet.
Oh. Well, in the business world, that's what we call me getting like fucked, like badly.
Is that the actual business term for it, sir? I did not know.
Indeed it is.
I would
Yes.
appreciate it if you could put $1 into my swear jar here.
Your swear jar? He's like, okay, I want to see another jar, a jar with a head in it, the one that I'm going to pay you for, which you assured me that you had.
And I do have it. Not here, but I have it.
Okay.
But I wanted to
Where is the
bring it
head?
to- Well, let me ask you something. You ever heard of a thing called an egregore? Because I think you have.
An Egra what now?
Is he playing stupid?
I mean, there's not really a see if someone's lying move in this one.
I think there's.
Will be a good. I'll tell you what. Give me a sharp roll.
Okay.
I think there are some character types where it's like nobody can lie to you, so there is like some things like that somewhere in this game.
All right. So I've got a 5 and a 1, and I get to add a 1 to that, so that does make it a 7.
Ooh, okay. I think you're not quite able to tell, but you know he's hiding something for sure.
So I don't think you're being straightforward with me, and there's a very, very dangerous creature out there that also wants this head, and I'm worried that you're going to deliver it to that thing.
You can tell his tone, like he's getting a little bit less good-natured. He's like, Mr. Kesberg, are you also of a mind with your partner here? Or your associate? Maybe not partner.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Hurst?
By all means.
Do you enjoy not being a pig?
He's like, I have to give it some thought. In what way am I acting pig-like?
No, I simply mean that I could turn you into a pig if I so desired.
You
So
would
do you
turn me. He's
enjoy-
like a big.
So do
He's
you
like
enjoy
big
not
laughter.
being
Looks
a
at his
pig?
guards. You're speaking of transmogrifying me into a pig.
Indeed. Would you like me to demonstrate on one of them? Like I said, I have
Ooh.
many runes drawn in this office, and you have entered into it and put your feet up on my desk.
Whoa. Okay. He's getting a little bit more worried now because, like, you're being so very serious. He's like, I'm not sure if that would be necessary. I think you're going to manipulate someone here.
Okay.
Or turn one of his guys into a pig. Or turn him into a pig.
I mean, if you'll allow me to have already set up some big magic in this room, then I could just use magic to have it activate.
I think that is okay. But well, how'd the manipulate someone go? We'll see if the threat.
Okay.
Maybe the
Let's
threat
see
was enough.
Let's see. I've got a 3 and a 3 and a 3, so that is a 9.
Okay, so let me see what we got here. Okay, I think you gotta turn someone into a pig.
All right.
So he will do it, but so he'll do whatever you want, but you gotta turn one of his guards into a pig.
All right, let's do a use magic. All right, a 5 and a 3 and a 3 is an 11. So she just snaps her fingers. One of the guards is consumed with light and then is a pig.
Oh man, Hurst is like blown away by that. He's like, "Oh, I'm free." The other guard like freaks out and starts like drawing his pistol, and Hurst is like, "No, no, no, stop."
Now, I have to admit, I know how to turn somebody into a pig. I might have forgotten how to turn somebody back into a human being. Hope you didn't like that one too much.
Well, he wasn't much of a conversationalist. However, I do consider myself alarmed. I think, and he's like, I think I may have underestimated you. Something which I rarely do with my business friends, but sometimes do with my competitors. Uh, Mr. Kessberg,
Hmm.
might I implore you to help your friend, Miss DeVille, see reason? I take
It,
it.
seem,
Yeah,
it
please.
seems the only person who
Make her
really
see
needs
reason.
to. I would say the only person who really needs to see reason is you, sir.
Okay. He stands up and he's like, well, I'm afraid we're at an impasse. I will not pay you, and you will not give me the head. Is that clear?
That is the current situation that we're in, although I am still curious what you know about the man in black and why you're working with him.
Ooh, okay. Um, he pauses a little bit. I think that's going to require another manipulate someone.
Sure.
I think, the pig thing definitely intimidated him. But for
Ooh.
him to like spill his guts.
That's a straight up fail. I got a 2 and a 1, and I'm adding a 3 to it. That is a 6.
Okay, we do it to mark experience. Oh, unless Kessberg, it could be a 7. I don't know. It doesn't have to be though. I think it works. It's the story can proceed with the fail for that.
I mean,
one.
I can roll a help out.
All right. Well, I'll kind of leave it up to Lucky here if you want to risk it.
If you want to risk it, go for it.
I'll sort of.
I mean, help out is plus cool, and I know you're good at that. So
Yeah.
Kessberg is very cool.
That okay. 5 and 2. I've already added 7 from the dice. Plus 2 would be a 9, so you do get the +1.
okay.
But I do expose myself to trouble or danger.
Which I guess means that I unmark experience and have succeeded just barely.
Yeah. Okay. I think here's the result. So he like actually gets out from your desk, starts heading to the door, and like looks back at you, and he's like, let me tell you this. The man in black offered me something which very few subjects have. I've covered the news and done that very well, but I've never really made a myth. And that's what he offers, a myth for all of America. It's going to be our future. We're going to be a cowboy nation. So it's important that we have some cowboy heroes there on the big screen, and movies like the ones that you helped make, Golden State Monsters, and so many others. Movies, dime novels, everything like that, transforming the world and making the West what it is. So long in the future, when you and I and everyone we know are simply dust, they'll still talk about America as the land of the cowboy, and that's how we'll be. That's what the man in black's offering me, that sort of immortality through the power of story. Tomorrow, or no, at this point, it's kind of like mid-afternoon. He's like, tonight, Golden State Monsters will have its premiere. I will attend, and I will see the myth be made. And you were on the invite list, but I will make sure that you are not invited, because I have a feeling that you would rather ruin the premiere. So I am going to the Dream Realm Moving Picture Palace and I will
Boink.
make sure. Yes, it's called the Dream Realm Moving Picture Palace. That's where the premiere will be. It's one of
No, my dear
Hollywood's.
sir, I said oink. And she snaps her finger.
Oh man, who are you turning into a pig now?
Oh, him.
Hurst?
Yep,
We're turning Hurst into a pig. I love it.
that is the
Citizen
plan.
Kane is now Citizen Pork. I don't know. We got a Citizen Swine. We got to think of some other cool name for him here.
Yeah, it's not going to last very long, or it's only partially successful. I don't know what the case is, but I have a 7. So there is a glitch to this particular picking.
All right. Well, I think, look, we all know in history that William Randolph Hearst did not turn into a pig. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to say this is a temporary pigifying. He'll become a human at some point in the future.
All right. Now here's the thing, Mr. Host. I don't like being taken off of invite lists. So if you don't want to be rooting for truffles for the rest of your life, I'd advise that you put me back on it. She slaps the pig in the face a couple times, like, get what I mean?
Okay, you do have this one more guard, by the way, who is stunned by this, but he's like, he has to be dealt with. You're gonna have to either talk to him or knock him out or something. So he's like, you can't turn my boss into a hog. Oh yeah, Kesberg.
As soon as she snapped her fingers, I pulled out my revolver and pointed it at the guard.
Dang. Okay. I think let's have. Oh man, this is to manipulate someone. Maybe I'll let you roll it with tough or. This feels like you're using your tough to do the talking, but you could do charm, or maybe it's something else.
No, tough is fine. Actually, I recently increased it, so.
Nice. I figure for threat, that makes sense to me.
Sure. Rated 10 on the dice plus 2 for a 12.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I think he's like, with the back of the pistol stuck in his head, he's not going to do anything. He just like holds his hands up. He's like, all right, well, I tried. You can turn my boss into a pig and slap him around some if you want.
Wow.
All right. Lucky, you see the Hearst pig is sort of like nodding.
Okay. Because if you betray me, she reverts to her demon form. I show you I can put you in all sorts of hell. Do we have an arrangement, Mr. Hurst? She waves her hands as if dismissing the pig. She knows that this isn't going to last, and hopefully the wave of the hand corresponds to the effect wearing off.
Nice. He turned back into a human. He's like, oh. Well, I suppose when you lie down with the dogs, you wake up with fleas. Man in Black is not going to be happy about you going to the premiere.
I imagine he won't be.
All right. Well, see if I can figure out. You can tell he's like thinking about, he's like rolling the situation around in his head. He's like, well, suppose we can come to some sort of arrangement. Can you turn Humphrey back, or is he forever a porker?
I'll try to use magic again to see if I can turn him back.
He's like, well, no great loss if you don't. The other guard's like,
Let's see. I've got a 4 and a 2, and I add a 3 to that, so that brings it up to a 9.
Oh, man.
This
what
is
if you
to
turn him
turn him-
halfway?
Yeah, I feel like he's mostly back, but maybe still has pig ears and a tail or something.
Awesome. He's a pig man.
Yeah.
All right. So he turns back. He's like kind of a pig-like human. And he's just like, he still sort of oinks instead of talking. Hearst is like, well, it's a small difference. I doubt anyone will notice. Okay. So I will, I'll let you into the premiere. That's a Hearst promise.
Mm-hmm.
May I leave and get ready so I can attend the premiere myself in my customary style?
Certainly. That is
very good. I
perfectly
suggest
fine.
you get ready as well.
Now, I have to ask you, Mr. Hurst, didn't you do enough research to know I'm a witch?
He's like, well, somewhat, but Man in Black assured me you wouldn't be too much of a problem.
I do enjoy being underestimated. It makes it so easy to get what I want.
Ah,
Have a good she turns
Well,
back into a human.
I'll
You
see
have
you
a
at the
good day
premiere.
now. Yeah. You have a nice day.
I'll see you later. Farewell. And he like just books it out of there. All
Sometimes
right.
you have to
So,
lure the fly back to the spider's lair, she says as she lights up a cigarette.
whoa, so cool. All right. O'Banion comes in and is like, oh, by the way, Mr. Ville, Mr. Kesberg, these just came for you today, and he does drop off the invitations to the premiere of Golden State Monsters,
Thank you so
which will be
very
in just a
much.
few hours at the Dream Realm Theater. Or, I'm sorry, Dream Realm Moving Picture Palace.
Appropriately named.
Well, I don't know if I should be wearing this getup or what I used to wear back in the day.
Perhaps we can maybe bring our old outfits and say we're dressing for the occasion.
Yes. Could do that. Doesn't hurt to have a myth about us up on the screen and actually look like our mythical selves.
Perhaps.
Ooh,
I
very
wonder if in this
cool.
myth you're the cowboy.
I probably was closest to it among the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
O'Bannon says with like some of the deep wisdom that he has, he's like, well, in reality, the West wasn't just cowboys. I mean, that's the myth, isn't it? The reality is that it was all kinds of different people. That's what really made the America. As much as dime novelists and movie producers like to think that it's all cowboys riding around with rootin' tootin' six guns and Broncos, it was a vast and complicated panoply of humanity that made the West what it was.
Indeed it was. You have a lot of wisdom, Mr. O'Bannon.
Learn from the best. That just had to. All right, so we're gonna move to the premiere of Golden State Monsters, the movie. Is there anything you guys want to do or set up before you arrive at the Dream Realm Moving Picture Palace?
I think that she is going to show up dressed in like how she used to dress, like including the green scarf around her neck.
Oh,
And she
very
also has
cool.
a fake Necronomicon with her that she has filled up with very real glyphs.
Oh, nice. It's always going to like a costume party dressed as yourself is like the ultimate power move.
Yeah. I'll say like his old outfit, Jesper's old outfit is definitely still. It's mostly most of it has sort of deteriorated, but his old long coat is still viable. So
Nice.
he does still have a version of his typical hat, which I'm actually going to go switch hats myself.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to go swap out the hat for like the one that he'd be wearing to the premiere, that's a great idea. Um,
I'm not going to go to my room and put on my old outfit. Sorry.
no. That totally makes sense. Well, we'll know your character is wearing the clothes that Madame Demange like usually wears. Okay, so we'll cut ahead a little bit. Is O'Banion kind of like dropping you guys off like as the outside of the big, the red carpet that the stars are walking on their way to the premiere?
Hmm.
I think we got to. So yeah, he pulls over, you guys head out. And yeah, you're dressed in like, the authentic Gold Rush clothing. You head down the red carpet, like the shutter bugs, the paparazzi are all out in like big ranks, lots of like cameras, the big flash bulbs are. You guys head down the red carpet, everyone's cheering, and kind of like further down to the entrance, you see Bosco Brewer, the director, as well as the big, as well as the big stars. Just making sure I got their names right here. Billy Valentine playing Levi Kesberg, and Maggie Demont playing Madame Demanche. They're all kind of like in front, like fielding questions from the press and like posing as the photos go off. A bit further back, you do see the producer, Mr. E.C. Randall. Oh, and of course the Wonder Dog is there too. You can't have the if you're a movie star dog, you got to be showing up at the premiere. So he's there as well, getting lots of pictures and praise and so on. And as you guys cross over, like they give you like a big wave. Bosco Brewer is like, there they are, the technical consultants who made Golden State Monsters so wonderfully true to life.
Yes, we spent so much time consulting.
And Maggie DeMont is like, yeah, you made everything real authentic.
Did it that?
So you guys kind of like head into the main theater. The audience is like everybody's taking their seats. Of course, there's no, the sound is an orchestra that's like warming up in the front there. And it's like, big, fancy, like old-timey theater with like, rows of plush red velvet seats, fancy like gilded, balconies and scroll work. Everything's lots of red velvet and gold, big red velvet curtains over the screen. In kind of the hallway outside, as everyone's getting their seats, Randall kind of is over there waiting for you, the producer, this kind of big, sort of, head between his shoulders, cigar chomping Hollywood producer guy. He's like, Mr. Ville, Mr. Kesberg, glad you could be here. Say, did you do something to rub Hearst the wrong way?
Oh, I don't know. I think that he didn't much care for the meal that I served him. It was pork chops with a little light applesauce. Maybe some crow on the side. He didn't seem to enjoy eating it.
He's like, huh. Well, it's a funny thing. I mean, I sent the invites out, and then afterwards he like gives me a ring up and he tells me to be like, get him here, but don't let him in the theater. So I don't know.
Now, why would we not?
Anything I ought to, or anything I should know?
No, not particularly, although I think that's rather funny that he thinks that he can just take away our invite like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, you guys helped make the movie.
Exactly. I'm sure that it's just a clerical mistake. You should let us in.
Ooh. Okay. I think you're just going to manipulate someone, but I think if you get like a 7 and above, he's going to do it because, he likes you guys. You saved his Wonder Dog. You helped out with the film, so he seems to like you.
All right. So my dice are rolling real hot garbage tonight, but luckily I get to add +3. So a 2 and a 2 on the dice for 4, but I get to add 3, which makes it a 7.
Nice. Okay, I think that works. Like he's not, this. You guys made friends with this Hollywood producer.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Well, look, if Hearst has a bee in his bonnet about it, I'll go smooth him out later. Come on in. And he like motions for you guys.
I'll tell you
head
what.
aside. He's like,
just in case
gives you kind of like a little. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just in case he does get terribly upset, we could always watch the movie from behind the screen.
He's like, oh yeah, fair enough. So he kind of points out like, that's the orchestra pit. He's like, up there, that's the projectionist booth. And then, here's all the different seats. Because, he's the producer and you're with like the stars and the director, you guys kind of get sort of a private balcony area. So everybody sits down, everyone's like munching on popcorn. Bosco Brewer is going out to give a little speech. Which is, very, very long-winded and pretentious. So you guys have a little bit of time before the film starts. What do you want to do? To like start, activating the portal.
Right. Does there seem to be like I know that we're close to other people right now. Is there a more secluded spot? Like could we actually get behind the screen?
Uh,
Because there's usually like a big gap between the screen and you know.
yeah, you could. I think you could. Yeah, I don't think I should make you roll for that one.
Okay.
You can like kind of slip out while he's like, the director's talking, so everyone's attention is on him. So you kind of slip out, move backstage. Kesper, you're going along too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys head over there. You're backstage. What do you do now?
Once the orchestra starts up and starts playing, I say that we turn this device on. Even
Good
if it
name.
makes a racket, people won't hear it. As these things are dreadfully dull the moment the music stops, I highly doubt the music's gonna stop.
All right. As you're saying it, you hear the first strings of Golden State Monster Symphony. The conductor is like, going ahead. They got, of course, a full orchestra. It's not, they don't just go with a single organist for this one, though maybe when it's, goes out in the world, it will. But yeah, you hear the stirring, the strings, the drum starts going very like sweeping Western score. And yeah, the movie starts.
All right, here goes nothing. She says as
Okay.
she takes out the device and extends it and hopefully turns it on.
Yeah, it works. You click it all together. Electricity runs along the length of the of this rod, and then behind the stage, so the other people can't see it. A crackling electric portal cuts through the air. You see it's kind of like framed in lightning, and then through it, in a sort of weird reverse Wizard of Oz kind of thing, there's another world, the dream world that is black and white. And you see the Western film set, though it's an actual town that you recognize as Golden State Monsters, the movie.
Well, suppose it's time to go in.
All right. Kesper, you following her inside?
Of course.
Bonne chance, Monsieur Kesberg.
Very well. Time to relive the past.
Indeed,
All
it
right.
is.
So with that, you step your way inside and you are now inside the movie. Things are different here, like everything's black and white. A little bit of a Pleasantville vibe, perhaps, though it is a silent movie too. So for instance, now when you're talking with very big exaggerated gestures, like most of the time you can make yourself understood. You guys don't really need to just pantomime everything. But we'll imagine like, caption boxes appear that explain what you're saying. You don't need to like write stuff down on pages and hold it up to me, but just be aware that like it's weird, like you're like what you're talking and then suddenly a caption box appears in front of your vision to see what's being said. Yeah, things like people move around just a little bit like faster than they should normally, and of course there's a soundtrack. And yeah, the scene itself is weird. You are in Hangtown, but it's not the Hangtown you remember. It's the set of Hangtown. So the kind of more forested, sort of cluttered city that or village you first appeared in is now like a very clean, like unnaturally clean set that's like more in the desert. So it looks more like a stereotypical Hollywood Western. Everything is way cleaner than you remember. But there's like some, villagers, extras milling about. You see like, the saloon, the pool hall, some like horses. It looks like a sort of, Wild West town as you remember it. Madame Demanche, you look over and see like, right there in the middle of the city, Madame Demanche's soda fountain.
Well, look at how they cleaned me up.
So,
It's-
in fact, as you were over there, coming down the street the opposite way, Kesberg, you see Levi Kesberg, the character, So it's played by Billy Valentine, like you see, Valentine's body, but he's like, he's not him. He's now the character Levi Kesberg, this big, like broad-shouldered, extremely handsome, square-jawed sheriff type, like slightly fringed white shirt, big white hat, and big like revolvers on his hip. And he walks over, and then he says, with the caption box appearing, the dialogue box appearing, "Hey there, you strangers must be new in this town."
Indeed we are, and I'm dying for a soda.
He's like, "Well, I'd be pleased to buy you a sarsaparilla. Here in the
It's
town
much
of
appreciated.
here in Hangtown, we enjoy hanging around. That's what the name is based on. And there's nothing that hanging around needs than an ice cold sarsaparilla. So come on in."
Indeed, I'll make sure that the label faces the camera.
Yep, yeah. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. So refreshing. I know they had product placement back in those silent movies. They had to. You guys come inside, and there's like big, it's way bigger, like big fancy bar. People are playing cards and swigging sarsaparillas. Sheriff Kesberg brings you over to the bar, and then the bartender, Madame Demanche, who is much blonder, much more beautiful.
I don't know.
Comes
I was
over-
pretty blonde.
She's somehow blonder. You were beautiful too, of course, but she's in a Hollywood sort of way,
Yeah.
a silent
less-
era Hollywood way.
Less white and more blonde, because Madame Demanche
Exa-
has had white hair the whole time.
Yes, exactly. So she's come by, and she's like, I think she still has Margaret Dumont's voice, which she's not. No, she's speaking with those captions, but you can kind of imagine Maggie Dumont's voice being like, "Hi, yeah, here's some sarsaparillas to help wipe the dust out of your throats."
I can
Much
think of other ways.
obliged.
I can think of other ways of getting dust out of the throat, but they won't allow it in this motion picture.
She's like, "Boy, you sure are funny." So yeah, you drink sarsaparilla for a little bit. Suddenly, the door slams open, and Potato Sack Jack, who is also like much cleaned up, he's just now like a distinguished, funny old man, who's wearing like a potato sack as his hat, but otherwise has a full suit on, comes in, and he's like, panicking and freaking out. He's like, "Golly, we got trouble. That horrible man in black is coming to town. Him and his outlaw band aims to attack. Quick, Sheriff, you got to use your trustworthy revolver skills to kill him."
Oh, are you going to save little old us?
You see, Sheriff Kesberg is like, he looks melodramatically grim, and he is like, "It is my duty as a sworn law officer to protect the innocent from the voracious jaws of the outlaw wolf."
Oh, my hero.
No, please don't faint. You see, the other Madame Demanche has already fainted. He's like, he has like a fond laugh. He's like, "All right, I will go out and do battle with this man in black."
One other question I have for you. How many of the natives do you think they slaughtered to make this town?
Whoa. Everyone kind of like looks at each other in a very like confused way.
And would you say that slaves built this, or was this actually made by an indentured Irish servant?
Whoa. And you see like the screen kind of flickers a little bit. And then both you guys actually hear this. You hear the man in black kind of like wincing a little bit. You remember, Madame Demanche, you hear Lilith's words in your brain, and she's like, That's how you defeat a myth, the truth. And what holds your truth is your memories. So we'll get to the gameplay aspect of that in just a second. But right now, yeah, you guys like kind of you see Sheriff Kesper going outside. There's like the film grain of the world you're in starts like flicker and change a little bit, and it seems like a tornado is like kind of like settling on the town. So a lot of the extras are like freaking out and running away, and you see the man in black coming like almost like riding a cyclone coming in from the edge of the frame where there's just sort of like emptiness outside. It's the world, it's the world outside of what's in the frame. So just like blank. And he is like, riding this tornado in. And he comes over and like plops down. He looks at you, Madame Dimanche, and he's like, and then, or actually, well, I should say, are you guys leaving the soda fountain to go and face him down?
That's the plan, at least from Madame Dimanche.
Okay. What do you think Kesberg is doing?
I think he's sort of going for like a side door and sort of like trying to circumvent in a way, kind of like get a better angle.
Okay. Are you think you're going to like a rooftop or sticking with an alley?
We'll go alley. I don't think really like rooftop weaponry. So
Ooh. Okay,
I will note
fair
that I'm using the weaponry that Levi used to use, so I don't have the submachine gun with me.
Nice. Okay.
I just have
We're
my
keeping
revolver
it classic.
and the cane.
Yeah. Okay, so Madame Dimanche, the man in black, is like looking at you. First of all, I mean, Sheriff Kesberg is like kind of walking ahead of you, and he's like, in his caption voice, he's like, "Please, fair maiden, spare yourself this horror. Stay inside as I gun down this ne'er-do-well with my pistols of justice."
That's perfectly fine. If you can point me to the bordello where I live, I will not mind going back to it.
The what?
The ore house.
The ore? That's where the ores are?
It's where the whores are,
Whoa. The grain flickers a little bit, and he just starts to like kind of fade away a bit.
Now, from what I remember, I was not attacked by a person in a tornado. No. You were a vampire at the time.
Ooh. So the man in black is like, "You remember very well. But I gotta say, you're messing things up real bad out here."
Oh, no. Little old me.
He looks kind of like the fourth wall, and he's like, "You think that's what the audience wants? All that dirty stuff, all that unfortunate detail?"
I think the audience wants to be entertained. And people have been entertained by things like bordellos for quite a good number of the years. Oldest profession,
Well, you got me there. And you're right about this, how this weren't exactly how things went. So
No, there was a massive hanging tree over here.
yeah. Well, to get rid of you, make it the way things ought to be, I'm gonna go ahead and remind you. Kesberg, I'm gonna say, because you're so good at looking around, you hear some like very quiet footsteps behind you. You spin around and you see Sir Edmund Wintersmith, the vampire who you battled all those times, all those years ago. Sir Edmund Hammersmith, not Wintersmith. It's been a while. But yeah, he is there. This like Elizabethan gentleman, pointed beard, pointy mustache, rapier. He is right behind you, and he's like looking for revenge, in black and white, of course. And yeah, you've got a second before he sinks his fangs into your neck. What do you do?
I will basically just shove my cane into his mouth as he sort of like opens it and just be like, "Now, Mr. Hammersmith, that's not very kind of you, although it is very much your style."
Dang. Okay. I think this is going to be a kick some ass.
Still do with weird, although my tough and my weird are the same now. It is a 9.
9's pretty good. Okay, so with a 9, you're both inflicting damage. I don't think there's any special, you don't get any special bonuses there. But 9's pretty solid. How much damage do you do with the cane sword?
I'm gonna say that it is 2 harm.
Ooh, nice. Okay. You take 2 harm as you kind of like where are you stabbing him?
Well, like I think I don't think the no, actually I do sort of really quickly flick out the as I sort of turn around, I flick out the blade and sort of like just shoving it into the roof of his mouth.
Oh, dang. Okay, yeah. You do that, the blade just like punches straight through him. It does feel like, you're killing a flesh and blood vampire there. I think he is going to do 2 harm to you with his rapier lashes out with vampiric speed and just like slices into you, and it does do real harm. In this case, you die in the silent movie, you die in real life, kind of thing.
Okay.
So you are hurt there. I think the two of you kind of tumble over and collapse on the ground. The man in black is like, looking familiar there, ain't it? That isn't all the tricks I got up my sleeve.
Oh no, are you going to
I was
make
actually
the tree?
expecting a
Go ahead.
I was expecting a cowboy version of him, but you actually went legitimate.
Yeah. In fact, as he is saying this, a cold wind blows and it's like snow starts coming down over the extras and the film set that you are in. And you know that like Air Cult is going to show up pretty soon. So we're kind of doing a boss rush. Madame Demanche, what are you doing in this situation? You got Edmund and Kesper kind of locked in battle, and you think Air Cult is going to show up pretty soon. The evil snow spirit that you fought before.
Sure. Well, she's going to go ahead and once again banish the other gentleman so that he becomes a ghost, like she did the last time.
Ooh, this is for you mean Sir Edmund or the?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're still fighting Sir Edmund. So we have like 2. I thought you were fighting the
There's 2.
other.
We're at 2 right now.
Yeah.
So we have Air Cult
Yeah.
and we have Edmonton.
Gotcha. So we have Edmund and we have Air Cult. Okay. Got it. I mean, I don't remember with Air Cult, she like betrayed the world for the dark powers,
Yeah, I think like a lot of like heat and fire energy was what destroyed him.
Yeah.
I mean, because you did kill him, even if you kept him from corrupting the world.
Right.
You
okay.
corrupted California, but then
She
Air Cult
summons a-
was destroyed too.
She summons a fire salamander, I believe is what she used the last time.
Oh yeah. All right, going for that one again.
Yep. So we're going to do some big magic and summon a fire salamander. It's probably
Nice.
going to look like
Okay.
a super crappy costume in this reality, but we'll see.
Oh yeah. Well, I think like the man in black is magical. You guys are magical, so I think the stuff you do, unless you want it to look crappy, does look real.
Well, it's fine for it to look real. I've got a 3 and a 2 on the dice for 5, and I get to add an additional 3 to that, so it's an 8. So there is a glitch.
Okay. I think the glitch is that he starts setting fire to like everything.
Okay.
So this whole fake Western town starts burning down. And then like
She turns to the camera and goes, "Oopsie."
yeah. So it's all like, and because it's really just like plywood, it goes up real fast.
Mhm.
So everything's burning down. And in fact, you see the world around it has kind of changed. Like now it looks like you're in the mountains, like you're in the Sierra Nevada where you battled Air Cult before. So it's still, you know, black and white and snow, or it's still black and white, but now there's like snow and pine trees and so on. It still looks kind of like a set, but now there's like definitely no place to hide. Air Cult above you, you again see these like kind of glittering icicle eyes, which are now like welling up as flame courses over and battles him. He's definitely hurt. It looks like one more blow would finish him off. Meanwhile, Kesberg, you and Sir Edmund are like rolling over and crashing through the snow. Sir Edmund is like, he grabs the blade from his mouth and like wrenches it out. And then he's like, all I desire is your blood. And he starts reaching to try and gobble you down one more time. What are you doing?
Always the immortal ones that desire something from me, as I sort of like twirl my revolver and just take a shot at his head.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll. Kick some ass.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still an 8. Not my best rolls.
Same.
Okay. All right. I think you're going to take 2 more harm. I know this is the finale, you guys. Bring out those good rolls. You do hurt him though. So are you just like shooting him? How are you doing even more damage to him?
Yeah. Like I said, I twirled the revolver in my hand, and like seconds away from his sort of like he opens his mouth like an idiot.
Yeah,
and I just shove the barrel in. Yeah, I just shove the barrel in his mouth and pull the trigger.
Nice. Yeah, you just like blast through the front of the upper top of his skull, which comes off. He drops over, a bunch of like brains spill out into the snow. It looks like, you know, one blow through the heart should finish him off at this point. But you know, you do got to stake him to kill him for good. He does start pulling himself back up. Madame Demange, Air Cult up above you looks pretty much melted, but like you think it's got to be like one more blow should finish him off as well.
Sure, she's gonna go ahead.
He starts like bringing some crazy blizzard winds down on you, and Kesper, you feel him too, is like you know, sharp icicles, crazy waves of snow start flying, smashing everywhere.
All right. So she's gonna be accuracy be damned for just 1 second, let her wings out and fly up to him and hit him with the big whammy.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
Okay. Man, these dice. I mean, look, I didn't fail, but I have a 4 and a 1, and then I get to add a 3, so it's an 8. And big whammy is kick some ass, so.
Okay, so you're trading harm with him?
Trading harm with him.
How much? Yeah, how much harm does that do? It is magical too, so even
It is
better.
magical. It's magical. It does 2 harm. It's close. It's obvious it ignores armor. That's why she needed to fly, is because it's close, you know?
Nice. Okay. So you fly over. How does it look as you like smash apart his weird icicle face?
Sure. So it's just like she does the whole like, she almost flies calmly up to him and goes like, sorry to break the reality a little bit. And then she just makes a couple of arcane gestures, pushes the energy forward, and it just mashes into his face. And it starts dissolving,
nice.
melting.
Okay. I think he's not out just yet. I think you are going to take 2 harm as well, just from like the razor icicle filled winds that slap into you.
Sure, she's only gonna take 1 of those.
Yeah. So he drops down, his weird icicle face pops into the earth, which then starts reforming into kind of like a snow golem sort of thing. You see like a flittering shadow of the man in black around there, and he's like, you boys just ain't doing your job. They're still here. Guess I gotta bring in some more folks. And you hear a little bit of like jolly laughter as the man of sweet speech starts starts kind of like jauntily coming down the mountain, which now starts looking a little bit like the weird ramshackle buildings of Sacramento appear. As this is going on, Kesberg and Madame Demange, you each hear the voice of Lilith in your head, and she says, "You know how to defeat them. It's the truth, and the truth is in your memories. This is a land of dreams, so you can do what you can do in dreams. And dreams are really just memories put through a mirror. Think back to your memories, find the truth, find your friends, what happened before, use them to help." So for this fight, you do a special move. You got to rule keep your cool to use it.
Mhm.
Or sorry, act under pressure to use it. And you can bring back other characters or lands or weapons, experiences, animals, anything that you remember from like previous games. You can sort of like summon them to be your allies and help you. And depending on how well you roll, they could heal you, they could give you better weapons, or they could fight alongside you, and depending on what they are. So you got to tell me like who you're summoning, who you're bringing back. Okay, Kesberg. Sir Edmund, if you need a little time, I can swap out too. Go hit Madame Demange first. So
well, I
Sir
think
Edmund
with,
like kind of. Oh, you think you got somebody?
well, I think with Sir Edmund, what killed him was a giant tree that I shoved into his chest.
Oh, okay. You're bringing back the tree.
Yeah, I think I sort of thinking about that, and if obviously if the roll works, a tree just sort of sprouts from nothing. Sort of.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll do this.
Go
this
ahead and roll. Act under pressure.
Alrighty.
You could also see this being a use magic roll too, if you could make the case for that as well.
No, it's all the same. It's 8 on the die, plus 2 is 10.
Nice. Okay. How does this tree appear, and then how do you take him out with the tree just like you did before?
So yeah, I think like it literally, you see like a very, very sped up life cycle of a tree as it just sort of, you see a small little sprout come up, and then like within seconds it grows into like a fully adult tree, and I just grab it as I did before and wrench it from the ground and spin it around and shove it in. Basically just sort of
Whoa.
ram it into him.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, you just like this tree grows out of nowhere, and yeah, history repeats itself. You impale him with the tree. You get his heart. He just rasps out like "still thirsty," and then turns to dust and ash, and his skull falls over to the ground and collapses. All right, Madame Demange, Eric Holt making who was like kind of raising the snow around him, becoming a wraith of like freezing icicles, and advancing on you. What do you do?
I mean, the way she killed Eric Holt was specifically, from what I remember, with the fire salamander, although I don't take notes on how I kill things, and I don't really remember.
It's okay. You still have the salamander with you. I will say the man of sweet speech is also there, who's like bringing, a gang of like his red caps and his
Yeah.
nasty, weird fairies to join in and help the fight as they're kind of charging down the snowy mountain that is also the muddy streets of Sacramento.
Right. I would like to also bring in the streets of San Francisco as she brings in a herd of woolly mammoths to like charge out and stomp all over the man of sweet speech and his various fairy creatures. They just,
Oh, hey,
like
that
a
happened.
nearby cave, there's a roar of, or actually they came through a portal. A portal opens up and a bunch of mammoths stream out and like collide with the fairy army. And I will do use magic for this because I'm way better with that.
Okay. I think magic works very well for this as well.
Yeah. So I've got a 3 and a 1 on the dice because I'm rolling so bad today. Another 3 brings it up to a 7. So it is a 7.
Okay, you guys, get rid of these bad dice.
Hey,
This is the
I've swapped out
finale.
my dice so many times.
Swap them out again. It's the only way. A 7's not that bad though. It's gonna be it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a problem with it.
Sure.
Okay. I think. Oh man, what if the problem is that it's that pygmy mammoth that comes out?
Sure, it can be the pygmy mammoths instead.
Yeah.
So only
the
like the
I got
smaller
their voice
fairies
again.
get trampled.
Yeah. So the pygmy mammoths are pretty like they're decently sized. They're like horse sized. So they do some damage. They like smash over and crash into the front ranks of these like red caps, which are diminutive creatures themselves. They're sending them flying with their tusks. Their leader is like, finally, we can win. Thanks, Madame Devanche.
You've got it.
I realized that because they're speaking with the silent film captions, I don't need to do the accent, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So these mammoths doing a decent job, but like they are still pygmy mammoths. Air Cult starts like he like crashes into them. He is able to overwhelm them. The pygmy mammoth matriarch is like, these wins are too much. Fall back, guys. And they start they're not able to really keep their charge going as they start kind of panicking and running away on trumpeting. But at least the Man of Sweet Speech's onslaught is stopped. But yeah, Air Cult is still there. He's like sweeping down the hillside for you guys. So Kesberg, back to you. Fighting him, summoning someone else to help?
Quite remember what I was doing with Cult. But I do remember that the cane that I'm holding was the exact weapon that I used against the Man of Sweet Speech, which was his.
Yeah, he's definitely. You better believe he's going to comment on that when he comes for you.
No, yeah, I'll actually sort of like point the tip of the sword and like, "You coming back for this? This is yours after all."
He's like, "Oh, believe me, that's the very first thing I'll be taking."
Good luck with that. I'll place it where I placed it before.
Dang. All right, so Air Cult in like Wraith mode is coming towards you. What are you doing?
So what was the salamander with her? I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like, you could summon the young Bugleheimer to get his flamethrower stuff. You could summon Wilbur.
Oh yes, the flamethrower. Yeah.
To use his ability to eat stuff could come in handy.
Yeah, I do now remember the flamethrower. The flame spitter. So I think I will bring in the young inventor.
Otto Bugleheimer.
Yeah.
All right, very good. I'm just kind of going back. We hopefully getting some memories here. There was the triad that helped you when you were battling with those that helped you fight those not the triad, the Tong. Under
Atoy.
Yes, yeah. Ooh, good. You remember her name more than I did.
Yeah, I
she's a
wrote
historical
that.
figure too.
I write the names down. I didn't write down. This is how I killed the people.
Yeah, that's all you need. But yeah, Atoy and the Tong could be cool. Our egg hunter friend, you could bring him back. Emperor Norton. I'm just looking through other ones. That zombie bear that you made. Some of those fun squatters. Yeah. Charles Parkhurst, the stagecoach driver. So many great characters you could
I think
throw back.
But I think for
but yeah, you wanted Otto Bugleheimer.
Yeah, so I'll sort of just be like, Otto, I think I need a little bit of invention in my hand as I sort of like trade hands and sort of with my dominant hand reach out for it. And I did roll an 11 on the dice for a 13 with my weird.
Amazing. Yeah, he's like There you are, sir. He throws it to you. You get it, spin around, and yeah, how do you take out Air Cult with the
I think I
flamethrower?
just sort of like active. I think it was like had like a gas canister, so I'll just sort of like put on the gas canister and just sort of pull the trigger, and a gout of fire just sort of goes out towards him.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you just like flamethrower and Air Cult just like melts away into nothing. Um, Huge gout of steam. His icicle features are blasted away, and they're just like steam all the way in front of you. And yeah, now things have changed even more, and you guys are like the the snowy Sierra Nevadas have given way to the muddy streets of Sacramento. Uh, it's kind of like the day of the squatters riot, but you got all those like angry Fae who are coming in now. Oh, Madame Demanche, you got that? There's that underwater guy, the uh,
Yeah.
the 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 water spirit you made.
Yeah, the sad mermaid.
Yes, the sad
Basically.
mermaid. There's the zombie bear, of course, also from
Yeah.
this one. Um, so, um, Air Cult, not Air Cult, Man of Sweet Speech, and his goons have sort of like formed up on the other side of the street. Um, they're looking. You got like some nasty, growling, slathering trolls with like horns and jaws. Um, you have a bunch of like the sluach, those like kind of that sort of undead bird swarm in the air, and the red caps also ready to go with their like blood drenched stocking caps, their curved daggers. And yeah, the man of sweet speech is kind of like amongst them there, and he's like, finally do to you what I never got the chance to. That's what America is, the land of second chances. Go on and get them, boys. And this time there's no little mappets to get in the way. And they start moving in on you. Okay, Madame Demanche, what are you doing?
Okay, I know that this didn't happen, but she wants to do something anyway.
Yes. No, you guys you don't need to be bound by the past. This is like in the movie world. So
Right.
things can be as you do them now.
As they move forward, they hit a trap, which is a whole bunch of cold iron spikes that were hidden in a pit.
Ooh. Okay.
She's just imagining things whole cloth now. She's sure we used cold iron against these guys. She's just made it more so.
That is true. Okay. I think this would be use magic.
Sure. So I've got a 3 and the 2 on the dice. I'm just never going to roll a 4 or a 5, I guess. So that's an 8 altogether.
8. Okay. Looking through the options here at the end of there. So, what was I? The glitches. Okay. I think it's going to be weakened.
Yeah.
I think you take down the first row of like charging Fae, but then the other batch do like charge over and meet you. And as one of the trolls barrels into you, you realize you are not in Sacramento anymore. Sacramento is now built on top of Half Dome in Yosemite because you're like now at that part of the adventure. And you're sort of in danger of being pushed off of the side and like falling down into the abyss below. Kesberg, you're in kind of the Sacramento section still, but like right behind you, you see the sheer circular cliff and the sheer drop of Half Dome. And yeah, now most of like I think the red cops got taken out. I think the sluach are still there, and there's still some of the trolls got taken out too, but a few of them still made it. And of course, the man in sweet speech is there, who's just like hanging back and loving all this. All right, what do you do?
I think we need a bit of an army of our own. So,
Ooh,
I believe it was the
the
squatters.
squatters,
Yeah.
the Sydney Ducks, those like that outlaws who helped you.
I think the squatters were a little bit more in numerous. That's the word.
That's true. And those squatters are some pretty tough dudes.
Yeah. Could I possibly imagine the squatters with cold iron weaponry?
Ooh, I think so.
Cool.
I'm just I want to make sure I get our main guy. Oh, and of course, Bigfoot and those the
Yeah.
night crawlers, the ivory perambulators.
Oh yeah. The Rampage.
Um,
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah. So Dooley is leader of the squatters. So you'll summon him
Yeah.
in his army. But yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Okay. Go ahead and roll uh act under pressure.
Fucked. Six. It is an 8.
Okay.
Uh,
I think you summoned them. You see Dooley being like, here we are, lads. The battle we never got to fight, and this time we'll win. And I will say with an 8, a decent amount of them have cold iron weapons. Like they got some
Mhm.
pitchforks, some like Bowie knives, some, swords. But a lot of them still have like, rifles and revolvers that are firing lead, which can maybe do some damage, but not what you need.
Mhm.
But they charge in, and like the Fae that escaped the iron spikes are now battling out with them, definitely to a standstill. So they're not reaching Madame Demanche or you.
Great.
So like there's the big fight going on in the middle, and Kesberg, you can see the man of sweet speech kind of like lurking around the side, trying to find some way to get to you guys. He's a tactician in general, less of a frontline fighter guy. So he's gonna
Mhm.
try and like summon more stuff to come at you. All right, Madame
I'm-
Demanche.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
going straight toward him.
Ooh, okay. You start. I think
I'm like
you start like
Mr.
booking your
Tactician.
way through the
I am one of those
you're a
frontliners.
frontline dude. All right, you start booking your way through this crazy battle of like, gunfire, weapons, monsters, and squatters battling it out, and you're rushing straight for him. Okay, Madame Demanche, you and this
Okay.
troll are like at the edge of the cliff. What are you doing?
Sure. So she's like, "You seem lonely, Mr. Troll. Let me summon a bride for you." Because that is exactly what she did last
What
time.
happened? Yeah.
Yeah,
She summons a sexy lady troll.
when I thought of this, I was like, is the sexy lady troll gonna come back? And
100%
I'm
the
so
sexy lady
pleased.
troll is back.
I am so happy that the sexy lady troll is back. Okay,
All right.
go for it.
So let's do the weird again. All right, there we go. 5 and a 3 on the dice for 8. Add 3, that's 11.
I am so glad the good rolls appear just as the sexy lady
Just
troll
to-
appears.
Clearly, my dice wanted sexy lady troll to happen.
We can't argue with the dice.
Of course,
So-
last time I got a 12 on sexy lady troll, but 11 is still good.
11 is really good. So I think the troll's kind of like about to push you off, and then Madame Demanche, what happens?
The like lady troll like pantomimes like one of these, and the subtitles say yoo-hoo.
You see the troll's eyes, he again does the huh? And then she like nods. And then, very silent movie, huge, happy expression. He like kind of jumps up and down. We're a little before, cartoons when eyes could turn to hearts and pop out of heads. But it's close enough. Yeah, he just like races after her and hurries into the underbrush. And yeah, you pull yourself up, and now you're like looking over this battlefield here. Okay. So Kesberg, you're charging through the fight. You near the man of sweet speech. What are you doing?
I'm literally recreating what I do and what I did before, and shoving the sword into his chest.
Amazing. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll.
Of course, the bigger number gets caught. Oh no. Not as good. That is just barely a 6.
Ooh. Okay. Well, a 6. I think Madame Demanche could make it a 7.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do the help action by I don't know. I think I have to do the actual help action unless he'll let me do a jinx.
I think let's do that. It's gotta be the help action, because that's the one that would give him a 7. So
Okay. can I still have it flavored like the Jinx?
Definitely.
Okay. So it's almost like he's gonna dodge away, but his shoelaces are tied together. Whoopsie.
Oh, love that.
Oh yeah, I didn't help though. Sorry.
Oh.
Hey,
Ah,
I tried to make an argument for letting me do a Jinx instead, but no. It's real bad. It's a fight
Okay.
altogether.
all right. Well, you both get to mark experience, so at least that's going on.
Mhm.
Kesberg, you're rushing in,
Mhm.
you're about to stab him. What do you think messes you up?
I think at the very last second, or actually, the shoelace thing does happen, but he falls faster than I can calculate, and it just goes right, just barely over him. The blade goes
Ooh.
like just
Yeah, it just like
Yeah.
swings over and misses.
Mhm.
He like laughs and starts kind of leaping back. And he's like, uh, looks like the luck's on my side now, old boy. Um, and then let me see. Yeah, I
No,
think at this point you're close. Oh,
the
Madame
dice
Demange?
know when I'm trying to make a cool roll. I have not succeeded on a single cool roll in this game. Now, somebody can watch back and be like, "No, there was this one time." It's like, no, seriously, I've never succeeded on one.
All right, we're trying to stay away from cool in this case.
I've been trying to
Um,
stay away from cool. You asked me to roll it.
Sorry. Okay, Kesberg.
hmm
I think you're going to be put in a bad spot here. I think he's going to do 2 harm to you as he kind of like very quickly with, preternatural fairy speed flits his way around you, and a bunch of like thorny vines sort of grow out of his fingers and like lash your legs and arms together and tie you up to your side. He gives you like a push and you tumble, and you're suddenly not on the solid streets of Sacramento. You're on the building. You're on a building overlooking one of the cluttered streets of San Francisco. You fall over and like you land hard on the cobbles below. So yeah, you got the 2 harm from that nasty fall. He's looking down above you. The kind of fight is still raging in the middle of everything. And you see the man of sweet speech looking down, and he's speaking in like overlaid with him, or overlaid with the text from the caption that appears, is the Man in Black's voice. Man in sweet speech, Man in Black. It's unfortunate, but we got to live with it. But you're saying like doing an Irish and a Western accent at the same time. I'm not going to do it too hard. So you'll just have the Man in Black's voice in your ears, being like, "Time you was reacquainted with some other old friends." And Kesberg, as you're like looking up, you see coming down the alleyway, first of all, William Walker and his Knights of the Golden Circle, who are armed with their kind of high-tech steampunk weapons. And then on the other side of the street, the other alley, another old friend, Boone Helm, the cannibal, is coming back, just like grinning as drool covers his weird stubbly mouth. All right, so you're tied up in these 2 kind of foes closing in. Madame Demange, now you guys are like in the cluttered streets of San Francisco. What do you do?
Sure. So all of a sudden, the airship appears,
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
and the thing that happens to it is what did eventually happen to it, which is it explodes and crashes down and plows into a whole bunch of the enemies.
Nice.
So it
Okay.
flies through the air. She makes a gesture at it, like jinxing it, and then it explodes and crashes.
Very
That's
cool.
my thought. So if I can roll with the weird, I'm gonna roll with the weird.
All right.
All right, I've got a 3 on the dice and another 3 on the die, and get to add 3, so that's a 9.
Okay. Pretty solid. I mean, I guess
I would still like to roll
maybe-
some 4s, 5s, and 6s, but that's just not
a 4,
happening
1,
tonight.
4, or 5 would all it would take to make that a super success.
I know.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say it has a problematic side effect.
Yeah.
Which I think it smashes down. I think it blows apart most of the remaining Fey soldiers the Man in Black summoned.
Mhm.
I think the side effect is like it also some of the explosions kind of knock you down, and you sort of go flying and like stumble. Are you in your like demonic form now still?
Well, she had wings out at any rate.
Right. Okay. I think the wings kind of steady you a bit, but you're definitely like uh not trapped in the rubble, but like stunned for a little bit as part of the building crashes apart under the explosion.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in a vulnerable place. And I think this is when you hear the growls of the hound who starts coming out of the shadows and heading for you. Um, being like, remember me?
Didn't
All
you
right.
used to fight Kesberg?
Kesper's got a lot on his plate right now. All right, Kesper, what are you doing?
um, I think. Well, it seems we're in San Francisco. So as I snap my fingers, and we just mentioned her name of the Tong,
Is it Atoy?
Atoy.
Atoy, just sort of like kind of steps from the shadows as well, and just be like, "Mind giving me a hand, miss?" She sort of nods.
Ooh, absolutely. Okay, go ahead and roll. Act under pressure.
Okay. Ooh, just barely at a 7.
Ooh. Okay. I think she'll do it, but she'll take out the Knights of the Golden Circle, but I think Boonhelm is still gonna reach you. And also
No,
the
yeah, that
Man of
was
Sweet
fine.
Speech is still there.
Yeah.
And you're unfortunately still kind of tied up.
Mhm.
So I think the Knights of the Golden Circle, they're dispatched by the Tong, or at least fighting to a standstill, is like a bunch of these like fast moving gangsters with broadswords, daggers, fall upon these proto Confederates and start taking them apart. Kesberg, you sort of like, roll over as you see Boonhelm looking down at you and being like, "Ooh, boy, I waited a long time to take a bite out of you, Kesberg."
Before I do it first, it's been a while, but I think I can remember the time as his old teeth just start growing back.
Oh, dang. All right, Madame Demanche.
You know what, darling? I'm tired of living in the past. She says as she, like, completely turns into a demon. Let's do something from the present, a real update, if you were. And, like, runes start glowing around the alleyway. And she goes, oink, as she turns the hound into a pig.
Oh, beautiful. Okay,
Come on,
go
work.
ahead and roll from dog to pig.
Okay, I got a 6 and a 3 on the dice. I get to add another 3. That's a 12.
Amazing. He has turned immediately into a pig. He doesn't get to attack. He just turns this like squealing hog and like runs away terrified into the chaos. All right.
And just to upset the censors, and she is like, lets all of her clothes drop off.
Oh, dang. Yeah, the camera gets a full view of that. All right, so I think at this point the Knights of the Golden Circle pretty much defeated. So Lucky, you kind of look ahead and you see Kesberg Boonhelm facing off with the Man of Sweet Speech behind him. Kesberg, let's switch back to you real quick.
So okay. So I think so he's above me. Boone is above me. So I think I will sort of use the cane portion of it, not the sword, and just sort of knock him to the side and do as I did before and take out his jugular with my with.
Whoa, you're tied up, but yeah, your jaws are not tied up. Okay, so go for it.
Ooh, there we go. 6 and 5 on the dice, plus
Nice.
2, 13.
13. Okay, how do you take him out again?
I think if you'll allow it, as I sort of like flip him over, just unnatural strength breaks the binds, and then I just
Yes.
sink my teeth back into the throat, right in the same spot as before, and ripping out his throat.
Oh man, you take a big old bite of his jugular, rip it out. Boonhelm staggers back, blood like guts out, paints the wall of the San Francisco alley, and he collapses and is defeated. All right, so things are now calming down the alley a little bit, or in this street of cinematic San Francisco.
Yeah.
In
Did I do
fact, it's starting
one
to
little
change.
thing before?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So with that, I sort of get up, spit out the piece of flesh, and sort of like motioning the cane towards the man of sweet speech, and sort of
Oh, he like actually looks like is looking really scared and is not taking that. He's like gives you a silent shake of his head. Um, so and as he's doing this, things are starting to change once again. San Francisco is fading away, and you are now appearing back in the film set of Hangtown, the town where people like to hang around. So yeah, back to this classical Hollywood Western film set. Uh, Lucky,
Mhm.
you got the man of sweet speech still there, and you hear somewhere panting nervously the man in black.
Okay, well, they brought us onto a movie set, right? And the Man of Sweet Speech is on the movie set. She uses Jinx to cause a light to break off and fall straight onto the Man of Sweet Speech.
Oh, amazing. Okay,
So
go ahead
let's
and roll
do-
for that.
Let's do the Jinx. All right, I've got 2 4s and I get to add a 3, so that makes it an 11. So with a Jinx, I get to hold 1. So I'm going to interfere with a monster, minion, or bystander. So, you know what? Actually, I'm
Yeah.
going to inflict 1 harm on the target due to an accident. That's another option.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think this takes him out. Like
Yeah.
a lighting rig just comes out of nowhere, falls over, smashes into his head, and like crushes his skull, and he collapses. All right, so things have sort of gone back to where they were at the very beginning of this crazy sequence. You're back in the Wild West town. You're once again in a classic high noon gun battle where you two are on one side, and then the man in black is on the other. But now he's looking very much wounded and winded. It looks like he took like all his energy to summon up these things out of the past to make them fight you. And every time you guys brought a memory of what really happened, it hurt him. So he is now looking very much weakened, but he's still got a little bit of juice left in him. So he's just like kind of stumbling towards you. Looks like he's been like shot a bunch of times. He's that kind of like wounded person real in his walk. He's like reaching for the pistols at his hip, and he's like, "This isn't how it ought to be."
may not be how it ought to be, but it is. But it is what it is.
Ooh, all right, Kesberg, what do you do after saying that?
I think I just pull out my revolver and just start unloading.
Ooh, okay. Give me a kick some ass roll.
I've 7 still.
Okay, 7 something. All right. So I think you guys exchange fire. You definitely hurt him. How much does your pistols do?
The revolver is 2 arm close.
Okay. Yeah, he takes the 2 harm, which is like adding to all the harm you guys have done with him by bringing these memories back. He's still up, but like looks like 1 more hit should take him out as you just like unloading him. He does do 2 harm to you as he like kind of fans his pistol and fires back at you. When you hit him, he does like a very melodramatic, like when people get shot in old movies, like and kind of like tumbles back, but he's still sort of alive. All right, Lucky. He's like drawing his pistol, with kind of his and like aiming it at you. And he's like, "Gotta get rid of you, keep the myth alive."
Now, darling, you look so worn out and tired, she says as she starts walking towards him. Why keep fighting when I could make you feel so good tonight? Why
Whoa, what are you
obey
trying to
God in the
do?
myth? Oh, she's trying to seduce him.
Seduce him. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, he's like dying, but
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
So why don't you put down that gun and pick up something else? Use your
Oh, dang.
imagination.
All right. Go ahead and roll manipulate someone.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna get weird with it, you know?
I like it.
All right, I've got a 6 and a 4. I get to add 3. That brings it up to a 13. And with a manipulate someone, I did take the advanced move, which means on an advanced move, not only do they do what I want right now, they also become my ally for the rest of the mystery.
Wow. All right. So, you have graphic sex
Well,
with
she
the
doesn't
man
have
in
to have
black.
graphic sex. Like,
Okay, it's tasteful. It's tasteful.
yeah, she just like, we can start with just them kissing and that can fade to black. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be graphic sex.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like it's a silent movie kind of love scene.
Hmm.
And then you just see the end. A Maxima Studios picture. You hear the orchestra swell, and you guys pop out of the movie, and you're back in the theater. And you hear outside thunderous applause.
I genuinely
So,
hope they didn't just watch all that. She says as she I mean, she's got her outside of this. She has her outfit back on, correct?
oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was all
Um,
just. Well, I certainly hope they didn't all see that. But if they did see all that, then they got the money's worth.
So you guys head back out, like people are getting out of the theater. The producer and the director join you. Bosco Brewer is like, press is surrounding him, and he was like, "Oh yes, that was my idea for the exploding airship, the Battle of Fairies. I wanted to do the Western and do something different and unique with it, while still being true and authentic to the real historical West." Um, and then the movie stars, Valentine and Maggie Dumont are both taking big bows, and so is the dog. And then Hearst and Crandall come over to you, and Hearst is like, "I was a little bit worried about you, but this picture is becoming a humongous hit." And Crandall's like, "Yeah, I heard some of the critics, just kind of letting me know what they were thinking, and like, it's a surreal masterpiece. It like does things with the Western and the horror picture that never been done before, and most importantly, even though it makes things a little weird, it's true to the spirit of the West. It shows that it weren't all black and white cowboys and so on. And as much as people like the myth of it, sometimes people like the reality a lot too. It's important for them to see. So this picture is going to do gangbusters, and I have you to thank."
I feel like this picture's going to need to be heavily censored.
Yeah, well, we'll do a little bit of editing, but it's not like there's some code that exists in Hollywood that says what we got to put in the movies. So I think we're okay. This is all pre-code. Silent movies can do some weird stuff. All right. So it becomes a huge hit, and I think as a reward, you guys get a percentage of the gross. So you guys get like tons of money from this from Golden State Monsters. So we're kind of wrapping up here. I guess we can do the closing moves real quick, just for kicks. And then I want to ask, what does your character do after this adventure is over and they become like extremely rich thanks to the movie?
I can't believe I got a 13 on that manipulate somebody. That was so
That was
stupid.
so good. That was the closing one. So I mean, we gotta wrap it up there. All right. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did we save someone from certain death? I don't know. What do you guys
No.
think?
Not
No.
really.
Yeah, I mean, they were movie characters. They weren't real people. Okay. Did we learn something even important about the world?
Yeah.
I
mean,
Going into the movies, that's a new thing.
Yeah.
The American Dream Realm is the movies. I think that one's good.
Okay.
Okay. Did we learn something new or important about one of the hunters?
I can turn people into pigs. provided that I've got
Fair.
them in the right spot.
Esberg still got that spirit in him too when he was taking out
Yeah.
Boonhelm.
Mhm.
So I'm okay with you marking that one. So that gives you 2 experience points.
Oh,
All
then
right,
I
so
level up.
That is also
Whoa.
enough for me to level up.
incredible. All right, so let's start with Kesper. Kind of go the opposite way of our intro. So now
Sure.
he's got tons of that Hollywood money. What does
Hmm.
Kesper do?
He tries to sort of step away from the agency, and just sort of live his life outside of, just sort of like, not really lavishly, but he he pays for a place in, like, in the outskirts where no one can sort of bother him.
Oh, nice.
But I think the agency does eventually find him, and he has to go back. And
I
every
like
once in a
it.
while,
So
but
he-
he's sort of like, at this point, he's like, I'm not doing it as much as you would like.
Ooh, so he
Only if
kind
you
of like
really
sort
need
of-
me.
I love that. So he kind of sort of tries to get normalcy out of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, very cool. All right, what happens to Lucky DeVille?
Sure. So Lucky DeVille gets bit by the acting bug a bit.
Mhm.
And she keeps remaking herself as different starlets over and over again. And it's basically whenever
Oh.
you've got those blonde bombshell type starlets who like die tragically young, that was her.
Oh man, wow. She kind of wraps herself into Hollywood history there.
Yeah. So she wraps herself into Hollywood history. So she's all the various like, oh, she was only like 25 when she died in a car accident, or, you know, she overdosed on pills in a hotel, or she got pushed off of a boat by Christopher Walken, or whatever.
Oh.
Don't sue us. You know, it's always her.
Oh, very cool. All right, so I think that brings this whole series to a close. I just got to give so much gratitude and thank you to you guys. I want to thank everybody who was a guest star who popped in, helped out. Patrick, Austin, Willa. Wait, I think that was the character name.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, I want to make sure I get her actual name.
It's Haley.
Haley, that's it. Yeah. I believe it's all the guest stars we had. Yeah, I really want to thank them for popping in, helping out. But I especially Nick and Kat and Scooter. You guys made this whole show possible. This is like my history nerd kind of inner passion project. So like I gotta thank you guys for making my history nerd heart happy. And if I get off my soapbox for a little bit, the whole message of that last thing, it was like, hey, don't whitewash history. I mean, there's so many bad things that are going on right now. It seems kind of weird to be like also upset about what certain people in power are doing with history. But like, you know, people like history is important. That's what there's a reason why people care so much about it. And like when I see it getting whitewashed and things like, you know, medals of honor being given to the people who did the Wounded Knee massacre, and the like, you know, manifest destiny propaganda being tweeted out by government agencies, like, you know, they people whitewash history for a reason. Like it suits their ideology. So real truth and real memory, like that's important, and that's what, you know, that's what you learn when you actually study history. And I hope that my wacky RPG Monster of the Week show helped capture that, if only a little bit. So thank you for indulging me in that.
Oh, for sure. Big advocates of that. So the truth hurts, right? So when the truth hurts, we can grow together, right?
Yes, it's important. You can't ignore it. You can't hide it.
So thanks, dude. I mean, really, that means a lot. And I think that's why I really like your takes on when you put these together. It's based in history, but liberties are taken to make it more entertaining, and not so morbidly true sometimes to make it like a little less dark.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of nice to see that. So thank you guys. Thank you again. Like you were saying, thanks for the guests that come through and play. It means a lot for people to kind of swing through here, and because we've been doing this for a good 10 years now, and so this is what we do for fun. But it also, hopefully somebody, you know, gets something out of it, gets moved to do their own game, gets moved to play in the game.
Thanks for those who watch too. Big thanks to the
Yeah,
audience.
that's what I mean. I was like, if somebody, you know, gets inspired to play or gets inspired to just look into history and go, was that true? And then you find out, oh yeah, it was. That's kind of a nice thing. So yeah, very inspirational. Thank you so much, guys, for playing, making these characters come to life. Thanks for not holding back, because I think it's more fun when you don't hold back and things go off the rails. Because I love to see the smoke come out of Mr. Panish's ears. That is for sure. Going, okay, so we're gonna, yeah. And I love that. That's one of my favorite things to see you guys improvise on that level. But again, that was our grand finale, series finale of our Golden State Warriors, Golden State Monsters. But yeah, thank you so much. It was very fun. Again, check out Monster of the Week. Definitely check out that system. Very simple, but you can make it as intricate as you want. And I think that's what the coolest part about that system is. So thanks again. Feel inspired. Go out and play games together. Until then, until you do that, you got to make sure and pull up a chair and make
Make
time to
Time to
tabletop.
tabletop.
That was one of my worst, but that's okay.
High quality stuff.
I just said 10 years I've been doing this and I'm still getting it wrong. All right.
That's okay. Don't you worry about it, Scooter.
Oh,
You did just fine.
stop worrying about it years ago. I think it was year 2. I was like, hey, we're going to do what we're going to do. All right. See you later, guys. See you next time. Sooner than you think.
Bye.